guys, it's Demi.
And Sean.
Right, don't wiggle. You're wiggling the car.
Oh,
You're wiggling the camera. Today we've got a very exciting video. We are going to be doing an updated Q&A. We haven't done a Q&A in a while. There's some questions that people want to know answers to, so we are going to do an updated Q&A, but with some unpopular opinions on the end. So me and Jess actually filmed an unpopular opinion video for her channel a few weeks ago, and I'd never done one before, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and I just think Sean will have quite strong opinions about the unpopular opinions. But I thought it would be just fun to add some of them on the end as well. So, you alright with that?
Aye.
Yeah. We'll just get straight into it. If you like to see videos like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Follow us both on Instagram. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll post weekly vlogs every single week. And then we'll do other videos like this every now and again. Okay, so without further rat-a-tat-tat, let's get into it. The first question is, how do you feel 2 years later living together? So for those of you who haven't been following us for a while, we bought a house around 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in December where we started living in the house, won't it? Because we bought it in the August, and then we renovated it for a while. So we've been living together 2 years officially. I think for me personally, it was definitely harder than I thought it was going to be initially, but I feel like we're in a stage now where we've definitely got a much better routine between us. I also think like it's in a stage now where, I don't know, like I do feel like I struggled with it more initially than I am now. Like now I think we've gotten a good routine with it. I do prefer it now than I did at the beginning. But I think it is a culture shock when you move out, regardless if it's by yourself or with the other person, because you have a lot of responsibility that you didn't necessarily have living at your parents'. I mean, some people might, but I definitely didn't, and I think that was a big shock to me. I think it was a lot to try and balance, but I feel like once you do get the hang of it and you're in the routine of it, it is good. Like having your space, your freedom, your, you know, just being able to do what you want with the house because it's yours, and you know, having all of that to yourself, I think is a really nice thing.
Yeah, I'd probably see him. I'd say it's took a while to get into a good rhythm and zone, because at first we kind of lived, well, it was a bit stupid really, just like, I don't know, kind of as if you're still living at home, but you weren't. You had stuff to do, you know what I mean? You can't just get up and lie around in your room like you did at home. You know, you actually have things to do. That's the biggest like reality, which didn't really sink in at first. And then, well, we've got the joys of the economic crisis now with the UK, which looks rubbish. But in a way, glad we bought when we did, because we, like, you know, when the rates are low and you get a fixed mortgage, the best thing you can do really. There's that side of it as well, really. But I suppose everyone's in that boat.
But yeah, I think overall, after the 2 years, I thoroughly love living in the house. I think, you know, the worries that I had about missing my mum and stuff, I've definitely made an effort to go to my mum's. I see my mum at least twice a week. She helps out with the dogs. We'll go to Sean's mum's for tea. So I feel like we do really try and balance. My grandma comes and stays up. My nan and granddad will sometimes come for coffee, but I mainly go to theirs. So I feel like we've got a good balance of still seeing my family, but we also now have that extra freedom together, that space. We have our own little family with the dogs, and I personally would really struggle to go back to living at our parents the way we were because of everything we have now, which would be taken away. I think it's funny because you think you're on top of the washing, like I'd be like, right, I've done the washing, and the next day there's another bag, and you're like, well, where the fuck did that come from? That's not meant to be there. Someone has put, is it hard living together, having to have separate meals, one vegan, one meat eater? This has been hard, and I feel like grocery shop wise, it has significantly increase the grocery shop, because we are buying 2 milks, 2 butters.
Because like if I have I got a pack of chicken thighs, and it's like I've either got to make 2 or 3 meals for me, or you freeze it and then you forget about it, and I can just get out the freezer 3 months later. But like if it was both, we'll probably use the full packet, and that would do a kind of thing. It is different, and it's more expensive really, because you've got to get yours, I've got to get mine. Can't just like. But
I think there's certain meals in which we have managed to make it work. Like if we're having a veg and potato curry, I'll make the main curry, and then if you want to add something to it, you can.
Nah, it's not the end of the world.
You can make it work. Obviously, it is more complicated, because you do need extra stuff. You do need to consider both people, and you know. But I think it's not the be all and end all. Like it does work. Like if I make a pasta, I'll make the basis of the pasta, and then if Sean wants to add his meatballs, you do that quite often. He'll add his own meatballs. So yeah, like it is a bit inconvenient. It is more money and stuff, but I think we've got in a routine where You just kind of would know it works and stuff. We've been shopping at Asda a lot recently, their essential range, and we've found a significant decrease in the like price of the shopping, haven't we?
It was, what was it, 56 last week? This well of idea. So,
what's your least favourite and best favourite thing about each other? I would say, now we've lived together, it may have changed from the past, but my least favourite thing, how long he spends on the toilet. I feel like once he's in there, an hour just goes by.
it does.
And then he comes out, and I'm just like, what are you fucking doing? And it just pisses us off because he does it every morning, midday, and afternoon. He's in there. And I'm just like, where the fuck is he?
Doing?
Like, sometimes I come down and I'm like, where is he? And I'm like, fucking toilet, of course. I just think my favourite thing is, like, I have two. Like, one, how alike we are. And, like, I think that even in the house, when we're renovating, was seen a lot in terms of, like, what we wanted to do and stuff, what ideas are for the house when it comes to, like, the garden. And I think we see eye to eye with the majority of the stuff. And then also just how much you try to be understanding the situations. Even if you don't know how to react to them, you're like, you try to be. And it's quite cute.
I try, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you wouldn't necessarily, like, if I'm upset, I feel like, you know, I wouldn't act the way you do, but it's cute seeing you try.
Aye. What I hate is you sit in the car on your phone on the drive for about 3 hours. Just the noises.
What, if we go for a drive?
No, when you pull up the house.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Sit on your phone.
That's me time. You know what I do? Can I explain it?
No, it's my turn. Okay. And you just sit on your phone. You should get in the house and sit on the sofa and go on your phone. Do you want to sit on the drive?
Can I explain it though?
No. So that's just a bug of mine. Hate it. And I know a lot of people do it. You know what I mean? I just think you want to get out and get in.
Can I explain?
Right? And the thing I like about you is thoughtful and like presents and booking things, and that's spot on.
I am good at that. Yeah. I am very good at that. I do pride myself for that. Can I explain? So the phone thing, what he means is when I've been like out and I pull up at home, I don't instantly go in the house. I sit on my phone for a while, and sometimes it can be a while. But everything I've been thinking on the drive that I need to do, I'm putting it in a list of the things I need to do. So then I get distracted, and then I think, oh, well, I was going to text me mum, well, I'll just do that now. Or then, and it just, yeah. And I like that time because there's no distractions. I like
sitting on the toilet.
Well, then that's my toilet time. Another question was, does Sean blame you for his weight gain?
Not really. It's me.
How would it be my fault?
No, I don't.
I think I blamed him though.
Did you?
Well, I did. Me? I did. Because I just felt like when we first got the house and stuff, I was really trying to like cook meals, plan meals, and you were resorting to takeaways a lot more than I wanted. But I couldn't necessarily like get the willpower to say like no, and like I couldn't get the willpower to like stop. So once you were getting them, I was finding it more convenient to get them. Resented that a bit, like, and it did, like, I do feel like it was you that wanted them more than me. So then I was like, we're in this rut and we can't get out of it, and I didn't have the willpower to like try, or like I didn't know how to try and get out of it, so I felt like I got really down about it. But I think like I knew it was my fault, like I was choosing to eat it and I was eating what I was eating, but I do think I was trying, and then like I couldn't, because when you live together obviously everything is together, isn't it? So I feel like I was trying and then I couldn't like do what I wanted to do because I was just like, oh well, he's getting a takeaway, so I'm not going to stand and cook him, I'll get a takeaway.
Yeah, you're just influenced, aren't you, by the other one.
Update on why Sean hasn't got a room in the house.
Just a lazy twat. Generally that room is full of rubbish.
Well, I just think as well though, you got to the point where you didn't know what you wanted to do in it.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even need one. I've got my Xbox in use.
In the living room.
I just don't even know what I'd even want.
So. Yeah, you're not bothered about having one now, are you?
Nah.
So he's kind of donated the room to me, and I think eventually we're going to get round to doing it out, and I'm going to have it as a kind of like another filming room, or it'll be done out so people can stay. I think we're going to get a sofa bed in it, aren't we?
Just be a general room, with a bed.
Just a room, yeah. But I'm going to do it in my aesthetic for another filming background as well, because I did say to Sean, like, if you want a game room or whatever, but I think you didn't want one, so...
Not that bad, really.
Okay, the next question is, when are you going to start wedding planning? No. I feel like there's still, if we were going to spend that amount of money on something, I would rather it not be a wedding just now. I would rather spend it on the house, with still things I want to do in the house.
It just, time goes too quick. And
it does, like, doesn't it?
Weird.
Like, people have said it's been ages, and I'm aware of that, but, like, it does not feel that way. Like, we got married, what was it, when we were 22? Got engaged when we were 22.
It was about, what was it?
2018.
17 or 18.
I think it was 18.
That was 4 years ago.
I think so. But it doesn't feel like 4 years. Like, I just feel like it's life's gone quick.
2020 and 2021 and now just like flew by because of COVID. That's like 3 years of your life that you're not get back.
Sad when it makes you feel sad. I think when you think of it.
It's weird. People have done things like we bought a house and that, and you have done things, but I just think I can just remember before COVID. And it's like 2-3 years.
I think ultimately it changes a whole lot, and I just feel like at the minute in the time we are, the age we are, I'd rather put that money towards my house. I'd rather put that money towards a travelling trip. Like, it's just not a priority right now. Obviously I think we'll get to a stage where we're like, actually now's the time, would like to start planning it, but we've just not had that moment yet. Did Demi force you to do YouTube, or do you genuinely enjoy creating content now? Be completely honest.
Just sort of fell into it, really, like, sort of happened.
It's when we bought the house, it was more prominent for you. You think, cause I think you wanted to document the renovations, didn't you? And you are, like, getting all these time lapses, and you wanted that documented.
To be honest, like, I don't really want to do it, but then when I look back, I'm glad I've done it. I'm that type of person, so it looks like I don't want to, but I do. And then when you look back, I'm glad I've done it. So it's that type of thing. I probably don't look like I want to, but I do. Do you know what I mean?
It's like he doesn't want to be here, but he does. Do you think you feel like it's not natural for you to do? Like, you feel uncomfortable doing that type of thing, but then looking back, you like having the memories of it?
Sometimes it's like doing it, I don't want to do it. Just a lot of the time I feel like I don't want to. But then if I don't, I feel like I miss out. Wait, where I should be, I should probably have my own sort of status in it, really, but I haven't, because I don't actually input that much.
I think you do, though. Like, I think, especially since we've started living together, I think, you know, the part you do in the weekly vlog is completely different to what I do. Like, the renovation part you've done, like, you know, your journey with health and fitness and that, I think all have added huge value in a completely different perspective. I think it does add value. I think I know what you mean in terms of, like, if you had wanted to put more into it, you definitely could have. But I think what I've always said, at first I used to always really dream of you being part of it, and I remember I said to you years and years ago, would there ever be a second channel? And you were like, no. Like, that was the stage we were at, and it was like, if I wanted to do a Q&A or anything, it was like, God, like, quite a struggle. Now I think we're at a good stage where I try not to force as much. I do suggest, would you like to do this? Like today I said, oh, would you like to go and do an updated Q&A? So I will suggest things. I mean, TikToks, I do kind of, I love a TikTok, and I do say, oh, how come on, please. And they're probably your least favourite thing to do. But I do turn on the eyes for a TikTok. I love a TikTok. Okay, off your top of your head, what is the favourite video you've ever done?
Probably like looking back, probably like the house tour and that. Like getting the house and that. Because you look back at it and it's like a memory and that, and it's like what you then and now kind of thing. Yeah. Say good progress to where it was. Probably that, like.
We're going to do some unpopular opinions now. So basically I'm going to say a statement, and then we're both going to say if we agree or disagree with it, okay? Making the bed is a pointless chore.
I do agree with that, but at the same time I don't, because it clears your mind. It's the first job of the day, means your next job will be done. If you don't do it, your second job won't be done. But it is pointless as well, because you're going to mess it up again, but I think for your mind it is good.
Totally agree. I think, yes, I can see how it's seen as pointless, but for me it is absolutely vital that the bed is made. And I think also getting into it, it's much better when it's made. Right,
when you walk back in your room and it's a tip, it's just in your head, it's like
brings you down.
And you don't want to do it the next. Just looking at it's just horrible.
I think that about the full, like, keeping the house tidy though. I think since we've had our own house, I'm not as messy as I was living at my mum's.
I actually think I keep the kitchen tidy all the time. I actually do.
Yeah, that's Sean, because the kitchen literally needs done 3 times a day.
And I think I do it 4 times a day.
You don't?
I literally do. I clean the kitchen all day, every day.
Okay.
I actually do, like.
That's not true, but okay.
You move the cushions on the sofa and they think that's a food.
Okay, Sean. But I do agree. I think, I do not agree. I don't think it's pointless in terms of your mental health.
Aye.
Like, just how you feel about the house in general. And, I love fresh bread days.
Like if you get up and make your bed straight away, you're an organised person, like. You know what I mean? Because I don't do that.
No.
You might
I go down, have breakfast.
do something and then come back and do it.
And when I go back up to get ready, I do it.
Aye.
But I do have to do it. It's in my head now that I have to have a made bed.
Aye.
Chocolate ice cream is absolutely disgusting. Took offence to that one.
Aye. Nice.
Is that your favourite?
Aye. Possibly.
Is it?
Out of the 3, it's my favourite.
3.
Strawberry
vanilla
vanilla,
chocolate. I wouldn't say it's absolutely disgusting, but I don't love it. I wouldn't pick it. Beer out of a can tastes weird.
I know what you mean, but I've had plenty, so it's alright.
I think it does taste different to a bottle or a draft, yeah.
There is something, because I think you get sick of it. And then you're like, it is different having a pint.
Oh, I love a pint. Okay, the next one says, the best way to sleep is to wear no clothes. Nah, can't. I've never ever felt that in my life, and I need jammies on.
Yeah.
I think you've done both.
I sleep with.
Well, now he sleeps with clothes because of the dog. But at your mum's, I don't think you did. Not as much anyway. But now he likes these little jammies. I get him jammies for Christmas, and he said a few weeks ago, I like them little blue ones, these little check ones he had. Okay, so we're going to end the Q&A and unpopular opinions here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. But without further ado, we'll let you go, and we'll see you very shortly for another video.
Bye.
Bye.